Watch Carcast's video on how to rework Black Panther. Yo, actually, this one's like a banger. I did see that in my recommended. I think I watched like 1 minute of it and I turned it off. Yeah, ADHD TikTok brain. But it's probably a good idea. You look like you'd be a good topless wrestler. Yeah, maybe. Sure. How to fix Black Panther. So this guy's like a really good Black Panther player, by the way. Although he's NA, so like it's kind of like, you know how people say Day is the best Spider-Man? NA one above all is like EU like silver, so it doesn't really count, you know. But he's really good though. Please don't hate me.
Zero. The game launches. Panther is one of the most exciting, fast-paced, borderline euphoric characters to play.
He's so fun. Dude, do you guys know that Black Panther was actually like the first character that I liked? Like, okay, listen, I guess you're gonna look at me differently. I can't say this on stream. Never mind. Okay, no. It's just that when I started playing, Panther was probably my favorite hero because obviously he was the most like Genji, and I used to play a fuck ton of Genji at the time, so I just liked Panther a lot more than I did Spider-Man. But then I hated how the movement felt in this game, and Spider-Man was the only character that actually moved. Like once you tried his movement, you just couldn't go back. So like going from Spider-Man to Panther felt like going from an F1 to like a fucking wheelchair. So I couldn't play him for a while. That's how I got addicted to Spider-Man. But initially, when I booted up the game, I took a look at the whole roster and was like, bro, I want to play Black Panther. That's what I thought.
Left and right, everyone wants to be rank 1 Panther. I actually hit rank 1 Panther unironically, and life is good. This was Panther at his peak. Sky was the limit. There was endless room to improve and optimize.
Season 0 Panther was fucking peak, bro.
Season 1 drops, and with it, Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman, and the first Panther nerf. He would generate 10 less.
This was so rad because yo, listen, Panther on launch wasn't even that good of a hero, by the way. Like he was okay, but it was only like good in the hands of like a specialist. It wasn't like something like Hell or Hawkeye that like your average mouth breather drooler could just pick and dominate on them. Like it used to require a lot of like effort to on Panther in those early seasons, because of how hard he was countered by those two heroes, and they were like the lobby admins at the time.
Ash reset.
And this came as a surprise. It was like, what the fuck? Like, why is this nerf? Like, why did they do this?
Max shield generation was reduced by 45. A pretty significant hit to survivability, and at the time it felt kind of random, almost like it came out
it was kind of random. Wait. He's actually right about this. Hold on. Okay, how come the community is still crying about Panther when literally every character added post-launch was like some sort of like dive counter? He's actually... I didn't even think about this, but he's right.
I'm talking about season 1.5.
So like season 1, you had Invis and Mr. Fent, both characters that are insanely good against dive. Then you had Torch and Thing. I mean, I'm sure you're gonna talk about it.
Season 2, Emma Frost.
All of these characters are insane against dive. What the fuck? I just thought about it. And Phoenix is just annoying as hell because of her stun. She's undiveable.
One, either a direct or soft counter to dive, and Black
Torch was trash, yeah, but he's a flyer, so Panther can't interact with him.
Mini tank soft counter you can't kill. Soft counter support with mobility.
Did you think? No, I actually didn't think about it. That's crazy.
Skinny tank with insane CC, flyer who perma-negates all of your combos and encourages triple support, and stronger Hela with one of the best stuns in the game. Now you might be thinking, well, Karkat, surely after adding so many characters that counteract dive, they'd show our King of Wakanda some love, right? I mean, we're here in season 2, season 2.5, and with all these changes, Panther is feeling the worst.
He also didn't mention the fact that they kept buffing Bucky. They not only did they nerf dive through character additions, they also like kind of buffed Bucky and like a bunch of others. Like every buff that Bucky has gotten, and the more as well, like these characters got buffs, and they're supposed to be the anti-dive characters, and they do nothing but buff them even though they're strong. And matter of fact, Bucky's getting a buff in season 4 where if he hits you, you're fucking cooked because you can't use your mobility skills, so he's gonna kill you in that 1 second. Why are they buffing Bucky again? I don't know.
Ever felt. I'm getting
Loki, I'll be maining him nowadays, so
many of you know that it wasn't just anti-dive being added to the game. Black Panther was also suffering from one of the worst bugs of all time. The no-reg. Classic problem in any multiplayer game, exacerbated by netcode issues and Panther being fast and melee-based. No-regs are when your game shows you every indication that you hit your target, but you actually didn't. It had been around since the game's launch, and while there was a silly and dumb group of people who often claimed it didn't exist and was just a skill issue, it very much did exist and happened all the time. So between that and the new heroes, Panther was a niche pick that not many people...
That kind of looks like he missed there.
Though players below a certain rank always tended to struggle. That was until at some point, under the radar, in the middle of July, they fixed no-regs.
They just randomly fixed it out of nowhere. God bless.
The core Panther bug plaguing our gameplay.
Yo, chat, we're gonna get the blade skin today, bro.
Without any actual balance changes to Panther, his pick rate skyrocketed. He was played in pro tournaments. He became a focal point for complaints about
because this kid actually fucking worked.
Then after 7 months of no
dude, all these people crying about Panther being broken just legitimately, like, unless it's a fucking Smurf, bro, I don't want to hear. Even if it's a Smurf, like, there's so many good options. There's Namor, Hulk, Ultron, Emma. Mag is good against him. Fucking, like, he naturally gets countered low-key by the meta heroes. He's just, I don't know, there's way too many counters for people to be like tweaking out like crazy about Panther, and he's still getting nerfed. And you know what's the worst part? I don't even think this nerf that he got first thing, these nerfs that he got, I don't even think they're the last ones. No leaks, by the way, no leaks. I'm not leaking anything. I just feel like based off of these nerfs, they just nerfed the survivability. People, like, it still doesn't matter. Like, a good Panther's still gonna just come and whoop your fucking ass. So people are still gonna cry about it.
Then after 7 months of no documented changes, the nerf started coming in. Dash cooldown increase.
Does anyone else feel like this is such a bad way to nerf him, by the way? Like the cooldown shit? I really don't like it. The downtime on melee characters is by far like the most annoying part of playing them, and just sitting there AFK for 10 seconds is just not fun. It's whatever. Like, I would almost rather, I don't know, man. All I know is if they nerf his damage and then don't compensate his cooldown or like something, he's gonna feel so shit. And I feel like it's leading to that.
Gonna get sticky.
Stay tuned for season 4.5.
Outer footsteps, which I personally think are weighted the hardest. More survivability nerfs.
Yeah, the footstep nerf was
and max health, and even a dash.
Nah, max, like, I feel like this is like a whatever nerf.
I personally think are weighted the hardest. More survivability.
Like this, I don't know. This doesn't fucking matter, bro. Like, so, like, with Panther, I feel like you're either instantly dying or like you're killing someone instantly. It doesn't make a difference if he has 25 less health. Like, maybe, well, can it make a difference? Maybe, but like not likely to.
Generated shield and max health, and even a dash trail added to make him easier to track. A change they didn't even.
You understand they don't make their money from the top 1%. They make it from the lower elo players, and at those levels, Panther is a problem and driving people away. I get that, but like the thing is, I think the issue is just smurfing. It's not the fact that like an average skilled Panther is like whooping these average skilled players' asses, okay? Or let's say like a low skilled Panther. It's the fact that it's someone pulling up who's probably bored at the end of the season or some shit, coming from smurfing from like not even really a high rank, let's say diamond. You put a diamond Panther in a silver lobby, they're just gonna terrorize it, and it doesn't matter how much they nerf aside from like removing him from the game. It doesn't fucking matter if they nerf him, because this diamond player is still gonna whoop these players' ass who have no awareness of where he is or what he does. They don't even know the kits, how they're supposed to play against him. All they can do is like when they lose to him is just take the fucking Reddit to cry. It's like genuinely, I don't know, bro. It doesn't matter. It's just a better player. It's just skill difference. You won't win no matter what. Do you think anything different would happen if that same player, the diamond player on Panther, picks Phoenix in that lobby? Do you think they're not gonna fucking just terrorize the lobby? They will. It doesn't matter. It's just Panther's fun. Panther is fun to do it with. That's why they do it on Panther, because it's a dive character. The same shit happened in like these hero shooter games. All these dive characters are bad at high elo, but they're good at high elo, at low elo. And the reason why they're fucking bad at high elo is because people like to come to low elo and smurf with them, shit on casuals, and then they get nerfed into like not ever being viable and just pretty much being like just low elo demons. Like this happened, the same shit happened with fucking Genji in Overwatch. Same exact thing. He was dog shit. Like, and I know he's good now. People can say, oh, but Genji's good now. I understand that. I get that. I understand that. But he was dog shit. When I fucking played, I had to play for 7 years of a complete garbage character riddled with fucking bugs. But like just hitting those clips every now and then made playing him worth it. So that's why I stuck by, for anyone wondering why I was mentally ill enough to play a shit character for 7 years. It was worth it. All right, what does you have to say?
To summarize, they spent every season adding stronger and stronger counters to dive, and then continuously nerfed one of the only characters in the game whose only option is diving, the other being Spider-Man. Every other character who can dive can also brawl. And here's the problem. They didn't fix the problem. The complaints didn't stop after the first Black Panther nerf. They didn't stop after the third, and they won't stop after the fifth and sixth make their way into the game this season. And it's all because they targeted the wrong aspect of the character with every single nerf, his survivability. When the actual reason people call his design toxic is his fucking damage. His time to kill.
That's true.
He has two modes, the tickle monster where you dash around and all your damage gets out healed, and the insta-kill, you blink and you're dead, unreactable slop. It's the reason you can do stuff like this, and this, and this. So it's all the same game, by the way. So as we transition out of talking about the history of the character into how to fix him, that's what we'll be focusing on.
Oh my god, that's so fast. What the fuck?
So as we transition out of talking about the history of the character and into how to fix him,
like this guy had no chance to react. He's just fucking
exploded. Let's get into what I'll egotistically call the Karkat rework. I mean,
the Karkat rework. By the way, this is not the Chasm combo. This is not the Chasm combo. This is the Lightbringer combo. Lightbringer showed me. I literally told this story many times. Lightbringer told me this shit in fucking beta of the game. He was like, wow, this looks pretty good. It kills really fast. And I was like, no, Lightbringer, this combo is dog shit because you waste your dash cooldown. But actually, it turned out to be pretty good because getting a pick and you still have your E to leave out, right? So it ended up being pretty good. I was just, I was like, but dude, it doesn't give you the resets. It doesn't make you go fast, bro. I want to go fast through the team and be the tickle monster.
Chasm combo.
It ended up being good. That is the Lightbringer combo, if anything.
The principle is trading in Black Panther's damage and in return, increasing his uptime. At a baseline, this fixes two important issues: low time to kill that people call toxic, and the low uptime that Black Panther players.
So what did he propose nerfing his damage?
No one wants to go AFK for 10 seconds or instantly die just because they missed one ability. Not a single other character has to deal with this. Even Spider-Man, who can also only dive, has insane survivability. I mean, have you ever tried to hit?
I mean, Spider-Man has really long downtime too, though. I mean, I see his point, but yeah, no, Panther and Spider-Man suffer from. I think it's kind of like almost every melee hero in this game kind of suffers from the same shit. Even Magic has to wait. Not as much, especially not next patch, but like, you have to like wait. They have these like awkward downtimes, and Panthers is pretty long. I think Spider-Man's the longest. Like if you want to wait for all 3 of your swings, it's 6 seconds per swing, so it's 18 seconds. So technically, you could be waiting for 18 seconds as Spider-Man to like get all your cooldowns back, which is absolutely egregious, and I fucking hate that. And that's why I want them to buff the web swing cooldown to 5 seconds, so you don't have to wait that long. Wolverine's kind of long. Oh yeah, isn't Wolverine 16 too? Oh yeah, wait, Wolverine is the same shit. They nerfed. Is it? It's 16, right? They nerfed it to. Is it 14, 16? I forgot. I know you got nerfed, but I forgot exactly what it is. It's 15 seconds. Yeah. Anyway, so like Wolverine kind of has the same issue, and that's why I don't like the melee heroes in this game, because they just have like this really long, awkward downtime where they just literally just have to look at you. They just look at you like, all right, well, I can't do anything. You're swiping my fucking claws, bro. Like, what am I gonna do? Waiting 15 seconds for Fair League. And I don't like that kind of design. I almost wish the abilities were a bit weaker, but you had like more uptime in using them. He has a 3-second dash. Yeah, but like if you try to dash in, you're probably just gonna fucking die. Let's be real. You're using your leap to like reposition a tank. That's kind of his whole thing, right? Like his dash is very active, but you usually like use the dash just to reposition. I mean, you obviously use the chase once you've fucking gotten someone, but they're usually using it to just reposition to get into a better spot to use your shift in. Make sure you left me to my
what is this? Uptime, which means more time exposed to potentially getting interrupted and killed. You also have to give him back some of the survivability that was.
Yeah, this looks really fun. Is he against Ultron?
Exposed to
Ultron, Namor, Adam.
You also have to give him back some of the survivability.
Yeah, it looks really fun to play.
But don't be scared off by this if you're not a Panther player. We're talking about reverting to close to his Season 0 survivability, but completely taking away his ability to one-shot. And if you're a Panther player, hear me out.
See, this is what I understand. Like, why don't these like lower elo players? I mean, I know it's annoying. But if people did it enough, if people weren't stubborn and wanted to just play their fucking one tricks, whatever the fuck, like Rocket, Cloak, like if they weren't stubborn, imagine going something like Adam, going something like Ultron, going fucking Namor, Hulk. Like, do you think this Panther would be able to like run your lobby the way he does if you lock these heroes? There's nothing you can do here. Like, this is the thing with Panther. He's like, he is really oppressive, but he also has moments where he just feels garbage.
My guess is it's not when you use 2 spears, 2 dashes, get 1 kill, and then go AFK and hope your team wins the fight. It's probably when you spear multiple people, dash a bunch of times, and get to
downloaded the game to play Mantis, well, then enjoy fucking getting
damage and increasing his uptime. What I'm really suggesting is
I don't know what to tell you.
Completely into what makes him the most fun to play, while also making him a lot more interactable.
Yeah, this shit is so fun to do.
It's a win-win. Again, more uptime equals more opportunity for supports and tanks to deal with him. No more dying in the blink of an eye. This design change also gives his passive more of a reason to exist, because the more you dash, the more shield you build, allowing you opportunities
it's coming out in an hour, guys.
Damage boost that you wouldn't have had otherwise. Now that we've covered the overall concept, we can start talking about how to actually accomplish this. It's important to note that
could a Penny buff help the counter Panther and other divers? Yeah, but people also hate playing as Penny. Penny's not one of the most beloved heroes.
Requires a really important ingredient to any balance change: playtesting. What I'm going to suggest are a bunch of ideas on which knobs to turn.
Let's hear it,
unless NetEase wants to employ me to start implementing this, please. It'll be up to them to figure out what numbers they should type into Unreal Engine. First, decreasing his damage. The most obvious number to decrease is his dash damage. The idea here is we're looking to increase the amount of dashes he can do, so we decrease the damage to compensate. You could theoretically touch his spear damage as well, especially considering some ideas we'll talk about in a bit, but dash is the main contributor to his damage, so it makes the most sense to adjust. Next, increasing his uptime.
But this is also kind of what makes him fun to play.
There are so many ways you can increase his uptime, but here are my favorite ones. It's also worth noting, I don't think he needs all of the suggestions I'm about to make.
Let's hear it. Maybe he has some good idea.
I'm just throwing everything out there. The first is the most obvious: reduce his dash cooldown. I know this sounds scary, but with decreased dash damage and a philosophy of avoiding forcing the player to go AFK, this is key. If Panther misses the dash, it should not end his contribution to a given fight, just like it doesn't for any other character. He should have some possibility of getting it back before his whole team dies fighting 5v6. I know I said I wouldn't suggest numbers, but something like 6 seconds would be totally fine here. Plenty of time to counter him when he misses, without being exaggerated to the point of going comically AFK like it is now at 10 seconds.
Yeah,
at the very least, bring it back to 8, because 10 is ridiculous. Second, decreasing the amount of things that can randomly interrupt dash or prevent you from getting a reset. Don't
That's
get me
fucking
wrong,
annoying.
if someone freezes me or sleeps me or uses some other hard CC on me mid-dash, I totally support it. But something like Iron Fist punch or kick, Groot melee, Moon Knight onk, goofy stuff like that should not be interrupting me dashing at Mach 10. Then there's the things you can't reset off of that make no
with
sense.
Iron Fist.
When I dash a dodging Star-Lord or a portaling magic, I get my dash reset, but not a Pop-Tart Fantastic. When my Hulk exiles an enemy that's marked, I don't get a reset either. Why? You may think these are just small edge cases, but they happen fairly often and are super
There's
annoying.
a lot of inconsistencies.
Then there's the one that's
for sure.
not an edge case. It happens all the time and is one of the worst experiences playing this character. You mark someone, you're about to dash them to secure the kill, and your teammate kills them instead. Now, rather than chaining that dash kill into more momentum and more pressure and being rewarded for your execution, you genuinely get cucked and have to sit there for 10 seconds and hope your team can do the rest. You could fix this by simply giving Panther his reset if someone dies while marked, but an idea I heard that I like even more is when someone dies to your teammate while marked, they leave a brief after image like Hawkeye's ult that you can dash to get your reset. That immediately fixes this problem, full stop. Finally, the last big idea I like for increasing his uptime while simultaneously increasing skill expression is giving Panther some mechanism to reduce his...
I feel like this is like in the... They're not going to do this, bro. There's like almost like a mini rework to his like dash. I don't think they'll do this. The numbers changes sound plausible, but like adding a whole new mechanic like that is not going to happen. It is good. I like the idea, but I just know it's not going to happen. It's too much effort. Well, actually, you know, I'm still thinking as if it's Blizzard, but maybe NetEase would do something like that if it was a good enough idea. Although, like, I'm just not sure.
Spear is the key ability that enables his entire playstyle, and giving him cooldown reduction every time he melees an enemy, for example, would reward execution in a really satisfying way, while matching the design philosophy behind characters like Iron Fist, Namor, and now Magic with the recent changes. Some wildcard changes that would be amazing too, and fall in line with this. First, easy peasy.
They reworked Jeff 2 times, that's true. That's true.
Really stupid, should never have existed.
This is dumb. They need to remove this cooldown. Like, why the fuck does this exist, actually?
Second, let Panther animation cancel spinning kick with dash. I'm not kidding when I say this change would make him one of the sauciest characters ever conceived. And despite the potential burst damage, the mechanical execution and decreased dash damage would keep it balanced enough. So that's a lot of changes focused on letting Panther dash more often and reducing the amount of nonsense he has to deal with. And again, it sounds spooky right now because we're thinking about Dash's current damage. That's why you compensate by decreasing dash damage by a certain amount you determine through playtesting. So let's talk about why this rework is healthier for the overall game, and then wrap this up. This is a graph of Panther's win rate across the different ranks in Season 4.5. For some perspective, you generally want a hero to hover somewhere around 50%. It doesn't have to be exactly
Panther's passive and giving him a new one. But giving Hulk Panther's passive of doing more damage while low HP suits Hulk better. Thoughts?
Yeah, because he's angry, and then you hurt him, and then he's angry because you hurt him. Yeah, it makes more sense. I mean, yeah, I don't like Panther's passive. I think it's like useless. Necro's trying to hide envy for seeing mechanical prowess for that Panther play. What do you mean? I was doing this shit in Season 0. I just haven't really played him in a while, so I'm a little bit washed. But yeah, this is pretty much, yeah, this is Panther. Like, his win rate is so silly. He's just such a problem in these low elos where people aren't willing to flex. It's because of his matchups are so like feast or famine, man. Like, you're either running the lobby or you're completely fucking useless. And in higher elos, people just realize, like, the thing is, like, people don't even realize you don't need skill to counter Panther. You just actually need to select the correct hero. Like, can you play the weaker heroes and still kind of outplay him with skill? Yes. But why would you do that when you could just lock Ultron? Just fucking go Clanker. Are you gonna play on main? Yeah, I'm gonna play on main. Just lock the fucking Clanker. Put the Clanker in the bag, bro. Easy. That's what the Celestials do. That's why, like, whenever you see, like, genuinely, my first fight as Panther, I pop off. The very next fight, people are already on a full counter comp against me.
Get sticky.
Don't tell me what to play. I mean, yeah, people like that should lose. Like, I don't know how people still don't realize it's been like a year. Dude, just fucking lock Namor. Just pick fucking Namor.
For some perspective, you generally want a hero to hover somewhere around 50.
My aim is chopped and I'm on console. You don't need aim. Just pick Hulk more. Pick Ultron. Pick Adam. Like, you don't have to outplay him. Just pick the correct heroes. And he just doesn't do anything.
It doesn't have to be exactly 50 for a hero to be balanced, but it shouldn't be higher than like 55% max. What you see is a staggering 59% win rate at the lowest ranks.
But this is just Smurfs. So, like, that's what I think. This is just simply people smurfing. This character is way too fucking fun to play at these lower elos. So that's why he seems like he's a much bigger problem than he is. When people don't realize that any other character, if you lock in any other character as like a player who's more skilled, you will still have the same outcome. Like imagine if everyone that smurfs on BP decided to one day play Phoenix, bro. I guarantee you her win rate would like jump up by like 10% in these elos. It's probably even fucking easier.
Tapering down until you get to about 50% at the highest ranks. Star-Lord is the hero I play most often when Black Panther is banned, and this is what his graph looks like by comparison. In the current meta, he's what I would consider the golden standard for hero balance across.
That's so weird, because I feel like this is so surprising to me. This is so surprising, because genuinely Star-Lord in these elos, like think about it, you pop his ult and then it's a team wipe. Remember when I played him a little bit in these elos, every time I would pop my ult, I would get a 3k at the very least. Panther, okay, but if you think about it, Panther is also punishing, because if you miss a couple of bullets on Star-Lord, it doesn't result in your fucking death like it does with Panther if you miss a dash. So this is very clearly not bronze Panther players. This is just very clearly people smurfing on alt accounts on Panther, just shitting on these garbage. It's okay to be garbage, you know, like I say garbage, but really they're just like, you know, they're just new players, which is fair. Shitting on these new players in bronze. This is clearly what's happening here, right? Tracking is harder. Okay, but like if you miss a bullet on Star-Lord, you don't die. Like if you miss a dash on Panther. If you miss, you're dead. You expect a bronze Panther to be able to chain every dash, turn around this camera, have the situational awareness and spatial awareness to fucking turn around, do a 180. No, these are smurfs. It's obviously just smurfs.
Alongside characters like Magneto. What does that tell us? Panther's current design is fine when you're playing in the top 1% of players, but he absolutely stomps in low elo. So how does the rework?
It's just because it's Smurfs,
damage output and time to kill.
I don't know how people haven't clocked this yet. Like I thought Karka would for sure know that it's just like, I mean, I know because I played, you know, back in like season 1 or 2 when I was doing the unranked to Celestial. I don't do them anymore. But like when I used to do them, there would be a lot of BP Smurfs. Like, and to me, it's obvious that it's Smurf because there's no way a silver player is going to be like that clean with the 180s and shit. It's just obvious. People just like the Smurf on this hero because he's fun. Because you are the Smurf.
Kill is the only reason he's
okay,
so
but there's like 2 Smurfs in the lobby then, and I'm on a hero that I don't play.
Inversely,
and they're on BP in a low elo lobbies. They're gonna just terrorize the fucking casuals.
If you haven't played Black Panther at this rank, you're just gonna have to trust me.
And I'm probably playing like support or some shit.
He becomes genuinely unplayable. His win rate is only as high as 50% because Panther players at that rank know when to swap. You can't one-trick this character to top 500 the way you can on almost any other character in the game. Now, when we decrease damage but increase
it's really
time,
hard for sure.
Giving him tools to actually participate more in the match, what ends up happening is you lower the degree to which he'll stomp in low ranks, but raise his viability in high ranks. That's because good Panther players will be able to take advantage of the extra tools, the significant boost to his skill expression, and the quality of life, while more beginner and intermediate players will not. I see so many people say that Black Panther is brain dead easy to get value with, and it's a little tilting because they usually have no idea how
they're stupid. These people don't play Panther.
I also get it, because in low elo it really is just timing a spear dash well, and that's it. This rework fixes that.
Yeah, because they don't press their buttons.
Mechanically expensive to get value, since each individual dash does that much less. It also gives players more of a chance.
You know, I kind of like Karkat's idea where they lower his damage but increase his uptime. I think that would make him significantly more fun to play. I do agree with all of these ideas that he's throwing around, but I still don't think this is going to fix Panther's problem, which is that he's just so goddamn fun to play that people will still, after all that time, bring this character in lower elo and still shit on these players. Like it's still gonna happen because he's fun, and it won't matter because even if he's not one-shotting you, these players can't fucking track you. You're just gonna be like a blur on their screen and be like, "What the fuck, man? The character's too fast, fucking broken ass, no skill character." So it won't really fix the root cause, which is the problem is smurfing. That's the real placements will probably make it a lot hard. Now placements will make it a lot harder to smurf. So that is going to be good. Whenever that comes around, it's going to be a lot harder to stay in bronze. Like the problem is like, whenever I would do the unranked Celestials, it takes so fucking long. Even when I'm winning, like I'm gaining like 40, I still need to win like 20 games at this elo, or maybe like 15 games at this elo to actually climb out of it. It's like just too much, I think. Like if the system sees that I have like a 100% win rate, it should probably go like, okay, this guy's probably, you know, not supposed to be in this elo, and then just give me like a fuck ton of points.
Because instead of getting one shot in half a second before you can react, he'll have to stick around for a while. And even though he'll be theoretically dashing a lot, the trail helps you track him, and he still has to execute well to stay mobile. The disclaimer, this rework will not fix Black Panther Smurfs dominating lobbies, but cannot and should not balance based on what Smurfs can do.
Exactly. Well, okay, so he does realize that that's what is what's happening. That is what's happening in these lower lobbies. He does realize that it's the fucking Smurfs, and it's still not going to fix that. Absolutely. Absolutely not.
On any character will run a lobby. And that's the whole...
Yeah, we see he's smart. Any character, when piloted by a Smurf in this elo, will absolutely just run the lobby. It doesn't matter. It's just the fact that people do it on Panther because he's fun. They just need to bring another BP counter character that's just on Panther, like Gene counters rockets, so ideally people can run. What do you mean they need to bring another? There's already like 20 of them. There is literally... Okay, guys, let's name all the counters. Thing, Phoenix. Honestly, Hella, if she fucking... Actually, this is kind of like a fair match. Ultron. Adam, Invis, Emma, Namor, Hulk. Hulk can bubble your dash and just, you won't get your cooldown back. Any flyer, literally any flyer. So Storm, all flyers. Penny is good against, like, literally half Bucky, Fent. Yes, half the roster counters Panther. How much more counters does he need? He genuinely does not have a good matchup into half the characters of the game. It's insane. Like, think about it. Half the characters in the game counter him. It's wild that people complain about this character. Raccoon, I mean, you can survive him. Yeah, you can sort of survive him. And like, it's very hard to kill a rocket for sure. How much more counters does he need, bro? I don't understand. People don't want to deal with him, and yeah, and you have bans for that. You can just ban him if you don't want to deal with him. That's fair.
Give or take. Certainly more.
Okay, what is he saying? Decrease damage, increase uptime, reduce dash cooldown, revert survivability nerfs, sure. Remove soft interrupts. Like, honestly, giving him like a, like things passive while he's dashing, kind of like the thing that Angela has, would make him feel a lot better. Soft interrupt, yeah, exactly. Standardized dash reset rules. What does that mean? Oh, that's the thing where he said, like, if you dash someone who's already dead, like, you don't get the reset back.
Too sticky for you.
I thought of a passive would be, we give him a vibranium meter in his crosshair to charge him when he takes damage. His first dash releases hella damage, but like, he doesn't really want to take damage. That would be like a more appropriate passive for like a tank. Usually when you take damage, you're already dead. So I don't know. I mean, obviously that's inspired by like his like suit from the movies, right? Where he like takes damage and then he like fucking blows people up with the suit. Yeah, I understand. But I don't think that would fit him very well. He does not want to take damage, in my opinion. He wants to take very little damage, as little as possible. I don't like that idea, actually.
Character, if you have good ideas, drop them in the comments.
But I guess it would be kind of,
I think this would fix the hero and make him more balanced, more fun to play.
From the movies, okay, whatever, nerds. Sorry, comics, my bad. Sorry, I watched the movies and I did not read the comics. Fuck you, nerds. Shut the fuck up. Go read a book, dumbass.
Play against at every rank. If you disagree with anything and make him more...
After image to mark kills, remove double jump cooldown. That's smart. Spinning kick animation cancel. Yeah, like, at least that's actually like another thing that I wanted. I wanted them to just be like, let you either cancel out of it or just like stop the ability, or let you like kind of pilot it. Like, you know how it like only moves you like in a straight line and you can't go vertical at all with it? It would be nice if you could like maybe control it to go up and down. Maybe you press space, it goes a little bit up. You press control, it goes a bit down. Bro doesn't know what a book is. Of course I know what a book. See, guys, I read books. Well, what do you mean? Like, do I look like someone who's not intelligent? It's just that I don't want to do it right now, and I also don't really have a lot of time, because a lot of the time I'm working my job. What is my job? My job is streaming, that I work a lot. So of course I don't really have time to read books anymore, but I used to. Name 10 books. Listen, I don't want to do it right now. Like, that's like saying name 10 women. It's like, it's just hard. When you put me under pressure, it's like of course I know 10 women, but it's like, now I'm under pressure, so now sticky. I'm like,
These guardian god just got sticky.
Now I'm stressing a bit, so shit.